Good morning, greetings, everybody. Kenny J with G.O.B.E Trade House. I want to welcome everybody to Coffee in the Morning with G.O.B.E. All right, we do this call every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m., giving you motivation, inspiration, and strategy. All right, today is my favorite day of the week. It's Wednesday. It's Wow Wednesday. Stands for Women of Wealth Wednesday. All right, with the ladies, the women of G.O.B.E. All right, powerful leaders. All right, lady entrepreneurs, future millionaires are going to come and drop some nuggets and some gems. And if you've been attending Wow Wednesday, it's been going on for a while now on the Coffee with G.O.B.E calls, all right? And this is a powerful day. Usually we get a lot of information, a lot of good inspiration on this day, guys. So we're gonna get rolling here in a second, all right? But first, before we do, we're coming off a trade night last night, all right? I'm still floating in these trades right now on our 2 run up the bag challenge trades. If you're still in Australian and the Canadian dollar, all right, and GBP JPY, let me get a 111 in the chat if you're still holding on to both of these pairs overnight, all right? To my knowledge, the Australian Canadian, okay, has not hit SL yet, has not hit stop loss yet. It is near the stop loss, but it has not hit. However, we're looking at that market structure. Maybe later on in the call, if we have time, we'll do a quick trade review on it. But I do believe that, you know, if you like to, you can move back your stop loss. I'll be honest with you, I don't have a stop loss on that pair. All right. I'm riding that pair out. Okay. British pound, Japanese yen on the buy is right near the entry point. Okay, is right near the entry point. We're only a few pips out. A second ago, I actually moved in the profit. So being that it is the New York session currently right now, the economies are moving. So I think these pairs are going to start having some activity. But I'll be honest with you, on the Australian Canadian dollar, we might be in for a little longer of a little ride. It could carry out the rest of the day, maybe possible into the London session. All right. However, patience equals profits. So if you want to ride out that pair, nothing wrong with that. I'm riding it. So I have my surfboard. I hope you have yours. All right. On the British pound Japanese, we're very near the entry. Okay. Both trades went into profit last night. So those who were able to get satisfactory profit and then maybe hop back in, you probably already made money on it. Okay. So that's awesome. Vincent's in blue on Australian Japanese. Good, good. All right. So other than that, do we have any new people in the house today? If you're just now getting started inside of G.O.B.E Trade House, or if this is your first Coffee in the Morning with G.O.B.E, let me get a 111 in the chat. All right, we have Key A in the house. Anybody else, if you're just now getting started inside of G.O.B.E Trade House, we have Rakia. All right, anybody else? Erica. All right, we have some new people this morning. Perfect. Right. Anybody else? Any other new people in the house or your first time on a Coffee in the Morning with G.O.B.E? 111 in chat. All right. Perfect. So obviously we want to go and roll out the red carpet for our new members. You know, we definitely appreciate you and welcome to G.O.B.E Trade House and our members, our G.O.B.E Trade House family. You know how we do. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, type welcome in the chat, scream your welcome at our new family members.
Welcome to the
family.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome.
Congratulations on taking the first step towards your financial freedom.
Let's go.
Welcome.
All right, welcome aboard. Thank you, G.O.B.E Trade House family. All right, understand you did not just join a business. Okay, you joined a brotherhood and sisterhood. We are a financial fraternity and sorority that practices group economics by using Forex education and trade signals sent out by our sniper analyzers. Okay, so my best advice for you as new people: attend this call right here, Coffee in the Morning with G.O.B.E, or watch the replay. Usually they're uploaded in our back office near our academy area. All right, because this is a paradigm shifting call. This is a culture building call. All right, where we're going to do trade reviews. We're going to motivate. Okay, we're going to give you information you may need to help increase your game as a trader. And of course, network with people. All these people you see here on this panel, okay, inside of this chat are willing to help you. The trade community is the most valuable thing that G.O.B.E Trade House has, okay? And this trade community, guys, your network is your net worth. And here, you are definitely going to hitting new levels and new heights, or we could say higher highs, all right, if you stay connected inside of the culture, inside of Go.B Trade House. So again, welcome aboard, and we're going to be glad to support you and help you on your way to financial freedom, all right? So other than that, guys, I definitely want to go ahead and pass it so we could go ahead and get the Wow Wednesday started. So first up on the panel is our sister, Cletus. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Cletus this morning. Cletus, how you feeling this morning?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm feeling better than amazing. Doing great this morning.
Truly, it's a family affair. Good morning, good afternoon to everybody. Truly, this is the Wednesday when the women of wealth represent the family of Go.B. I believe that the women of Go.B will not only represent within these walls, but beyond the walls and around the world. We have been given a vehicle and the tools to make this happen. I hope, my queens, that you feel as I do, that we have not only been given a vehicle with the tools, but we have been given a platform to become a mission for other women. I decided to look up some statistics as it relates to women. And I singled out single parents. From the Census Bureau, 83% of single parents are mothers in the United States. 39.2% head of household, having children below the age of 18. 40.6 with children under the age of 5. 27.9% single female household living in poverty. I pray as I felt when I saw these statistics that now my why has even become greater. Because I've always felt that my mission in life was always to help somebody, not just me, my four, and no more. So I hope that after hearing these statistics, that you queens, ladies of Go.B, will have a greater why as well. Breaking generational
Merv, go sit down.
breaking generational of families where mothers have been on welfare. Her daughter, her daughter's daughter, her daughter's daughter. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with welfare if you need it. Food stamps, I'd like to have some of those right now to go shopping, but not as a lifetime when you have no choice. A lifestyle that does not give you a reason to dream because you always know you can rely on welfare. Women that decide to have another child to keep them on welfare and make their checks larger, but having no dreams or no goal for the future, and therefore not passing them down to their children. But we have been given a vehicle and tools to make a difference. And I admonish you, my queens, women of Go.B, to have another mindset, not only just, as I say, for you, that there would be on a mission to help change some lives of single parents, of women around the world. Because we are in a place now where we've been taught and we've been given a chance, another chance. Now, I wasted a lot of time in my years. That's why you hear me say all the time, I've got more years behind me than I have in front of me. So now I want to make a difference. I want to be one of those on a mission to make a difference in somebody else's life. And I pray and I believe that some of you queens have the same vision. Having that vision that exceeds your belief, where you are in life, where you and your children are, but that you can make a great difference, not only in other women, but in men as well. I was thinking about wasting time, and I heard this story about a man that was in a hospital dying. And all of a sudden he opened his eyes, and around him was his spiritual beings, and they were looking at him, shaking their heads. And he wanted to know what were they doing there and what they were. And one began to speak. He said, you know, we could have done a lot in life. He said, look at the dreams we missed. Look at the books we didn't write. Look at the corporations we didn't build. Look at all the goals we missed. And now you're laying here dying. Okay? So now with us, it's not about dying. If you hear the sound of my voice, it's all about living. It's all about grabbing hold to another chance. You have found yourself in G.O.B.E. You have given to me another chance to make a difference in your family life, a life in your life and people around you. So as I said, I admonish you to make this happen. As women of WOW, we are well able, hallelujah, we're well able to make this difference. And I want to say, because I want to do a little exercise, and I want to get Chica, if you would help me. I want to ask the question. Some of you may know the answer already. But where is the richest place in the world? Would you please text that for me in the chat? And to save time, we're just going to deal with the first 5. Chica, would you read those out to me, the first 5? Where is the richest place in the world?
One person said the graveyard, another said Dubai. One person said your heart.
Okay.
Yes, so far that's it. But the graveyard got me.
Exactly right. They were right. I thought I used to say Fort Knox because it's where the gold was. But they got me. It's the graveyard. It's the cemetery for all the dreams and the visions and the goals that died with them. But now, once again, as I said, if you're under the sound of my voice, it's about living now. You've been given another chance to make a difference. And I believe that's my mission. And I believe that I'm going to make a difference, because if you speak it, it can happen. If you believe in it, it can happen. As I said with G.O.B.E, we have been given men, women to help us get to that goal, to make that thing come to pass. That now all we have to do is keep coming, keep listening, apply ourselves, be coachable and teachable, and it will happen. I would like to see the women of wealth just go out and just kill this thing, just with signs of us all over the world. Women of G.O.B.E, a platform that says, let's see, a conference in Chicago, a conference in Los Angeles, a conference in New York City. And we'll have that platform, Women of Wealth with G.O.B.E. And what our platform will be is teaching women how to fish. And possibly have a shirt that has a woman with a torch that's saying, let us show you the way. Now, in my closing, as I said, it's not about dying, it's about living. And I know that all of you feel the same way. We have a mission. You're not here by accident. If you came to stay, it's not by accident. Now, I admit to you, when I first came on, I wasn't sure whether I was going to stay or not. I was looking at the marketing side, which I'm not the greatest recruiter. And then when I saw the trading side, as I said, with the kid marking up the chart, I began to run as fast as I could away from it. But then I stopped in my tracks and I realized my hourglass was ticking away. And the best thing that has ever happened to me lately was that I have been given another chance to make a difference. So I admonish you, women of G.O.B.E, the queens, to have that same mindset that you're going to go beyond and above to make it happen, not only for you, but for every woman you come in touch with. So I say in closing, go be leaders and go be blessed. Back to you, Kenny.
Absolutely. Thank you. So let's get some 777s in the chat for Cleta. Okay. Every time you speak, I just feel it in my spirit. Powerful, powerful information. And she's absolutely right. All right. The richest place in the world is the graveyard. All the dreams thrown away for a day job. That's a bar right there. Put that on Facebook. All right. Okay, so listen, she's right. All that untapped potential, okay, that we have a chance to live in this life that we have. Okay, this is a life worth living. And G.O.B.E Trade House, the goal, okay, we want to spread this message all around the world. The women of G.O.B.E have a very powerful mission. All the ladies on the call right now, definitely unite with the leaders, okay, because there's so much potential with this movement. Women who need to hear this message, okay, that you could teach how to fish, all right, and be a part of this environment where you can be inspired and pushed. So that those gifts that God has already put in you, okay, we want to create an environment so we can get it out of you because it's in you, all right. But sometimes you need people almost like a coach to push you, okay, and tell you, look, you could do this. Here's where your skills lie. And this platform, Coffee with G.O.B.E, okay, everything we're doing inside of G.O.B.E Trade House, our Women of G.O.B.E movement is a chance for you to see what is inside of you, all right? And people that are going to push you to help you achieve these goals. So thank you, Cletus. That is extremely powerful. And we have next up, my sister in sync, okay, Chica. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to her. Chica, how you feeling this morning?
Good morning, Brother Kenny. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Good morning. All of my family here at G.O.B.E. Cletus, honey, she is mother of G.O.B.E, okay? I love hearing her speak. Phenomenal words of wisdom right there. So thank you for that, Cletus. You are amazing. You definitely are a woman of wealth. All of you are women of wealth. So I have something I want to share with you all, and I'll try not to take too much time, but a post came up on my timeline, which actually happened, something that we've touched on many of times, especially Mike Taylor. So this was clarification and it solidified everything that we basically have spoken about. So I wrote it down word for word, and this is what it said. It said, I took out student loans so I can get my degrees. And I got a good paying job to help me pay off my student loans. We've talked about that often, you guys, because when you really think about it, many of us have, including myself, have been to school. Now, keep in mind, I do not knock education whatsoever. I'm all about learning and education, but I would love to know if everybody will. When you were young, when you were in school, remember when we were kids and people would ask, when you grow up, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would love to see in the chat, what is it that everybody wanted to be when they were a kid, when they grew up? Okay, I remember, and this was very, very common for the kids in my classroom, we all said teachers. I don't know why. Maybe our teachers inspired us, lawyers, pediatricians, NFL, psychologists, NBA player. Okay, veterinarian. Um, and I mean, did we all fulfill this goal, as a child? Because there are some who may have, and they're okay, GM of the Denver Broncos. That's what's up. That's cool. And me, I thought I wanted to be a teacher, but then again, it changed. Well, I've been to college, and yes, I too have taken out student loans. Matter of fact, my major was psychology. My minor was dance and theater. Also, I played, now back when I was in school, in high school and college, I was a basketball player. I played ball all throughout high school and college, but we didn't have an NBA league for women back in the day. Had I knew back then what I know now, maybe I would have stayed with it. I don't know. But thank God my 15-year-old daughter, she plays ball. So we'll hope to see that she, plays for the women's league. But here's the thing. My point is, I never played for a women's league. I never played basketball. I did not pursue my career in psychology. I can dance my butt off, but I've never done it professionally. So I've never pursued it. And many of us would attend school and get a degree in something that we've never pursued. I decided sometime later down the road. I want to continue my education because now I would love to learn web development and design. Okay, well, first, let me tell you, I used to tell people math was my favorite subject, at least I thought, until when I took this course and I took out more student loans and took this course and I passed the first segment of it, but I don't know whose bright idea was it to give me college level algebra. And I've never taken algebra a day in my life. I don't even know basic. So I had to drop out and I came back, another student loan. And they did it again, you guys. They gave me college level algebra. I'm like, come on, really? You guys really don't want me to? And what am I going to use that for? Whose idea was it to mix numbers with the alphabets anyway? I don't know. But I knew that was something that I would never need in my future. So here's the thing, you guys. We're always being programmed by society that this is what we need to do. We're all programmed. You have to go to school, to get your education. Yes, of course, we need to go to school. But think about it, when we go to college and we take out these student loans that I am still paying back, that post that I read made a lot of sense to me. Wow, I had some really good paying jobs as well and paying them back. Well, now I have a great opportunity here with G.O.B.E, to go ahead and knock out these student loans and maybe a couple of payments. That is my goal. But that's the thing. We need to teach our children. Some of you may not even have children. We need to teach our youth. We need to teach our younger generation the power of entrepreneurship and the importance of it. Because think about it, we go to school, we get these high degrees, we get this phenomenal paying job, and next thing you know, the company folds. The company is no longer in business. They're letting people go. And it's like, okay, so what do you have thereafter? I remember years ago, you guys, I was speaking to a homeless person. And that's one thing about me. I've never been the type of person to think that I was too good for anything. I am very humble. And there are some people that I don't mind speaking to. And sometimes it might be a little bit, I could want to be a little nosy because I always wonder, why is this person homeless? But I remember I spoke to a person who was homeless, and somebody in the chat said lawyer, attorney. And we spoke. This person was one of the most intelligent beings I have ever met. Things just unfortunately went sideways for them. The business that they were involved in, something happened with their business. They were an attorney. It's just things went sideways and they lost everything. So as we were speaking, I thought, wow, that could be anybody. I know what it's like to be homeless because I went through a transition myself. I've never lived on the streets like that. It's just a transition, meaning I did not have my own. So it's like, wow, I depended on going to college to get this knowledge, to get the degree that I need to have a phenomenal paying job. And what happened? You know, I'm not honoring my degree at all, and the thing with Forex, this is something that is recession proof. This is something you can do as long as we have the markets and banks, money, whatever, cryptocurrency, Bitcoins. This is a way of the future. I love when I see posts from our millennials, our people who are, in their between 19s and early 20s that are doing this. Because I'm thinking to myself, wow, they see the vision, they see the bigger picture, they're living outside of the box. And there are some who are continuing their education. Maybe it's because it's something that they enjoy doing, so they want to go to school to learn how to, be better at what it is that they love doing. I understand that and I get it. But the thing is, you guys, we got to stop letting society program us. We got to start, having a mind of our own and understand, we need to really live outside of the box and teach our youth, our children. That's exactly what I'm doing with mine. Making sure that they understand this is what Forex is. I've never until October October 7th, to be exact, when I first came into this business. I never thought that this would be something that I would find myself ministering. And we are all ministers in a way. You know, if it's something you enjoy doing, you're going to minister about it. You know, you will definitely speak a lot about it. And that's the thing with this. I love it so much. I did not realize that this would be, and I say it all the time, something I'm very passionate about. I fell in love with, you know, Forex and cryptocurrency. And, you know, when I look at people who are just doing amazing in the charts like Alfonso, that just pushes me even harder. Then naturally we have, you know, our G.O.B.E family. We support one another. That even encourages me and pushes me harder. Listening to people like Cletus, you know, giving words of encouragement, motivation, inspiration, that pushes me even harder. And that's the thing, you guys, we really just need to stay focused and what it is we really want to do. And I think honing this skill is very important for the people who are brand new. There may be you I don't get it. I'm lost. You know, I don't understand. But there's so many people that will hold your hand through this and help you to understand. There's so many tools that we have to see that you will succeed. But I encourage you to not give up. Don't ever give up. Don't give up on something that can potentially change your life and put you in a situation you never in a million years thought that you would be in. And very quickly, might I add, this is something that I don't see myself not ever doing. And I'm so grateful to be here with all of you, including, you know, this is for the women of wealth, all of you women here, beautiful women. You all, man, when I tell you, being a female, a woman is really hard, but it is the most gratifying and beautiful thing ever. We hold a human being in our bodies for 9 months and give birth to it. You know, we go through things that men just cannot possibly understand. But the thing is, we are very strong. We are very strong women. And some of you who may not even feel strong may have weak moments and you feel like you want to quit. You have so many women, powerful women here that will assist you. Continue to stay plugged into the culture. Continue to find somebody that you can just talk to, even if it's something you're going through in your life, your personal life, and you feel I need to share this with somebody because I don't know who to talk to. I don't have, you know, somebody that I can link up with, click with, or whatever the case may be. You have family here that take everything that you will share with us to heart. You know, if you reached out to me, whatever you share with me, it will be between you and I. But that's how it is. We like to encourage each other and lift each other up, especially as women, because we hold it down. You know, I don't know about all of your personal lives, but I can tell you, being a mother, now a grandmother, you know, holding down the household and single. I mean, all of that, you know, it can weigh a lot on you. But the thing is, it's a blessing to be in this specific industry right now because it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do for myself. And I can see it getting even better for the sake of myself and my children, and not just my immediate family, but even what Cletus said. My goal is to help so many people, reaching out to the masses, letting them know about being an entrepreneur. Stop clocking in for someone else. Stop spending your time, your precious time, working for someone else when you could be doing whatever it is you want to, consistently making money, and be like Mr. Joe Threets, traveling whenever you want to, you know, going anywhere you want to, coming to Miami with us. You have to take control of what it is that you want in your life. Now, you may be working in a position that you enjoy, that you love, and my hat's off to you, because if I enjoy doing something, I don't mind going to work then. I won't mind at all. But right now, this is what I have. I am not going back to the corporate industry because I'm making my own corporate industry within this Forex community, and it's working out so well. So I just encourage everybody to stop being so programmed by society. and think outside of the box and fall in love with this specific game, because this game is a game changer. You don't have to go back and work for anybody anymore. When you learn this, it doesn't matter what happened with any company, business, organization that you become a part of that decides to fold or just close their doors. You learn this skill set, you learn it. And I'm emphasizing learn it. You will be able to make so much money, but you have to make sure that you also put in time to do it yourself as well. Because right now we have a lot of cheat codes, which is beautiful. That's $99 a month for this. That's wow. That's wow for Wow Wednesdays. That's amazing, you guys. That is amazing. $99, and look what all you get, you know. Let this be your education. Let this, you will go to class and spend all these hours in a classroom, probably falling asleep because a teacher can be so boring, not understanding what it is that you're learning because you really don't want to be there. And all you're doing is making payments to those loans that you had to take out for something you really didn't want to do. This right here, it's $99 a month, you guys, and you can make that back in 5 minutes. Easy, like easy. But you got to take time to learn this skill and stop allowing society to program you and your loved ones. When I was young, I remember, unfortunately, my mom was a single mother, and at the time it was just myself and my brother, who is 11 months younger than me. I remember she used to say stuff like, you're never going to be anything. She was just evil back then, but she used to say, you're not going to amount to anything. You're stupid. I was like, God, my name was stupid and my brother's name was dumb, because it's like that's all she called us. And I thought, wow, I used to always say when I was a kid, when I grow up and I have kids, I would never talk to my kids like that, because words can cut like a knife. And some words are instilled in our youth. So as they grow up, they become troubled. They're lost, they don't know what to do with life because they never had anybody to, really teach them and become a motivator in their lives. I've never had that, but I learned it the hard way. I learned it on my own. I was determined to be a lot different than how, unfortunately, my mother was and how she treated us and how I would treat my kids. So my thing is, I am blessed to have the most beautiful and wonderful kids ever. Beautiful spirits. Everybody seems to cling to them and they listen. And I just like almost rallied them up the other day. And I said, you know what, you guys, I'm dead serious about this. I need you guys to learn this, because this is something you need to know. My daughter just had a baby and she's not working right now. And she's trying to figure if she's going to go back to work. I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. That's not going to happen. You're going to work from home. So that's the thing. I think we're so desperate to needing money to make ends meet, to pay, what we have to pay for in our households, or whatever bills that we may have, whatever we have to pay for, we're desperate. So the first thing we're going to do is like, oh my God, let me go online. Let me see, if there's any jobs available. Let me go apply somewhere. I need a job now. We'll go to 10 interviews, and you get 10 no's, and you're like fighting yourself. And all this time you're struggling to get a job, you could be learning this whole Forex industry. You could be learning how to mark up the charts, and you could be making money, and you could be making more money doing this than you would if you were to have gotten hired with a company. So that's basically what I wanted to share with you all. When I saw that post, I was like, wow, we talk about that all the time. Who wants to keep paying back student loans for the rest of their life? So they have to go and work a 9 to 5 just to pay a student loan. And of course, your additional bills, because I sure don't want to. So just don't let society program you all. I can't stress that enough. And make sure you share this with your children. If you don't have children, you have nieces, nephews, friends, youth, pull some kids to the side. Well, you might not want to do that because people nowadays will probably think you're a pedophile or something, but you want to be able to talk to some children or some kids, maybe volunteer. Their schools, elementary schools, middle schools, volunteer some of your time to ask if it's okay if you can go and speak to some of the youth and explain this to them and let them know. Put that seed in their head, because I'm telling you, I can remember things as early, and I kid you not, as 5 years old. If I can remember a lot of things at the age of 5 years old, we're instilling these values in our youth at 5 years old. As they grow up and get older, they might think, I want to do Forex. So when the teachers ask them, when you grow up, what do you want to be? I want to be a trader. I want to trade Forex and cryptocurrency and Bitcoins. That's what they should be saying right now. So I encourage you all to, sometimes volunteer your time and help out. It would mean so much to our children, our kids, because a lot of kids do not have the support at home that we need. I am literally a testament to that. I wish I had that when I was young. So again, do not be programmed anymore by society. And with that being said, I will turn it back over to you, Kenny. Everybody be blessed and go be great.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chica. Thank you for those inspiring words. Can we get a wow in the chat for Chica, everybody? Let's get a wow in the chat for Chica for Wow Wednesday. All right. Powerful, powerful information, Chica. I mean, how many people would have liked that option growing up? I saw the chat. People want to be a dentist, right? They wanted to be a basketball player. They want to be an NFL player. Give me a 111 in the chat if you would have liked to have the option to say, I would like to be an investor or a trader, okay? And actually have knowledge about it. But this type of information was not given to us, but we have the information now where we could actually have this on the table as an option for our children. All right, for the youth, as Chica was talking about, that you could actually say, you know what, wouldn't it be interesting just speaking to an 8-year-old and an 8-year-old says, I want to be a master trader, or I want to be a sniper analyzer. Right? That would be pretty cool as an option, okay? To say I want to be a master trader, I want to be a master Forex trader, a master cryptocurrency investor. To hear kids talking like that, then you know that our future is definitely bright, all right, for the youth. So extremely powerful information. And also about when you're speaking about student loans, okay? When I look back, I went to college as well. And so when you think about that whole system that they get you in at around 18 years old in your youth, you know nothing about credit. You know nothing about money management or taxes or anything like that. And when you look back on it, at 18 years old, took out a $50,000 unsecured debt loan, right? With no real way to pay it back. Does that sound smart now when you look back on it? I'm still paying that right now until today. And a lot of us are paying it back. I think of Barack Obama, he didn't pay back his student loans until he became the president of the United States of America. I think they need to go back and revamp this entire system, okay, and actually do something different with the college student loans. I really do. That's another conversation for another day, because that's just not right, guys. Sally Mae, Sally Mae is something else. All right, anyway, so let me go ahead. First and foremost, if there's any other women of G.O.B.E who have any comments or anything like that that you'd like to make, I think our sister Andron is supposed to be on this morning, but I'm not exactly sure if she's on this morning. But if there's any other women of G.O.B.E, if you have anything else to say before we pass it down to any of our other brothers on the panel, all right, for any feedback. So if you got anybody else, you can unmute yourself or put something in the chat at some point during the call or right now, and we definitely don't mind, okay? Because this is your day. All right. So other than that, again, you can say anything in the chat and we'll pull you up. But I'll go ahead and pass to our brother Joe this morning. If he has some nuggets for us back there, living the Vegas life. How you feeling, brother?
Good morning, everybody. I'm doing well. I'm actually, for the first time, I can say I'm up while I'm in Vegas. So I'm gonna hopefully stay that way. I probably should just not do anything else, but yeah, I'm winning in Vegas right now. So, but anyway, good morning, everybody. I did want to talk a little bit about something that I talked about before, but it's going to allow us, all our new members, to be on the same page as us, right? So I done this little illustration a while back. So in the chats, I want everybody to put in the type of car that they drive. So in the chat, I want to get personal with everybody, all the new members. You know, I like growth. So I want to see if our old members remember this little part. So there we go. Chica, I want to borrow that Lambo. Lorraine said Ford Focus. We got a Volkswagen X5. Okay, we got some ballers in G.O.B.E. GMC. All right. Cadillac. That you look like you drive like a lac. That's you. Renee. Chevy Malibu. Cool, cool, cool. Honda Pilot. My mom said a Honda Pilot. She must have forgot this speech. All right. So anyway, as everybody putting in their cars and everything like that, right? I want to talk a little bit about vision and the things that we speak and the things that we speak out right into existence. So basically the things that we speak can come to pass. And so with that being said, we have to put these things down, write them down on paper, write them down in the chat. Because for the fact that whatever we put in our mind is going to come to play eventually. The things that we dream about, most of the time is going to come into reality. And so if we write these things down, if we believe it, if we believe that I'm gonna have a Lamborghini, then why not have that on your vision board or your vision post or anything like that? Speak these things to existence, because whatever things that we speak, they do come to pass. But it allows us to stay motivated as well. So we write these things down. We write down our motivation, our vision is going to come to pass, basically. For me, I don't know if anybody seen my Instagram post, but I posted this maybe like a month and a half ago. My car is a Lamborghini Urus and a BMW i8, and so I don't drive that jet, but that's my vision. That's what I want to be working towards. So um, I put a lot of time in the charts, and I know eventually that's the cars I'm gonna be driving. That's just two of the many cars that I'm gonna be driving. But I wanted you to be able to speak these things to existence, because the things that we speak are going to be powerful for you. They're going to be it's going to keep you motivated, basically, right? The same way when I teach my clients on health and wellness, it's okay to have a goal of getting in shape for the wedding, but what's going to be that motivation after the wedding? Are you going to go back into eating whatever you wanted to eat after that vacation, after you get to Miami? What you going to do after Miami? After you wore that swimsuit, after you took those pictures, what's your motivation going to be after that? So you write these things down. You write down your goals. You write down your reasons why you do these things, and then that's going to allow you to stay motivated throughout the process, because it will be a process. No, I don't have the Lamborghini physically yet, but guess what? I got it mentally in my mind. And the things that I put in my ear gates, my eye gates, my the things that I see, the things that I hear, they're going to come to pass eventually, just a matter of time. So we all have to stay patient, but we all have to make sure that we're setting ourselves up for these big dreams, because everybody don't like to work to spin the wheel, meaning like just to keep going through the motions. Um, so with that being said, like for myself, one of my other visions is to travel and trade, literally. As long as I have my laptop, I know I can be successful and make money in the charts. Um, and I'll say, I don't know what your vision is, but if your vision is to do the same thing, why not? If you want to have a different city or different state that you want to go to, or a different country that you want to go to every month, why not have that? Write that down. Um, and then that way you can see these things pop up when you open your refrigerator door, or when you brushing your teeth in the morning. You can write down those things, you can see it, and that's going to keep you motivated. It's going to keep you sticking to the script that's planned out. It's going to keep you disciplined as well. So having these things in front of you, having it written down, having it not only in your mind, but going forward, having it. Um, so again, so now that we talked about the cars that we do have, I'll do one more example. How much is in your bank account? That's the next one I want to ask you. How much, now that we hopefully got the kind of the picture with the cars, how much is in everybody's bank account? We're gonna get personal, 14 figures. Wow. Jordan, that's a lot. I don't even know how much money that is. That sounds like a trillion there. 100 million, billions, 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 5 million. What's that? 100 trillion? That's 100 trillion, Kenny. That's a lot of money. Uh, so this is how we have to be. This is how we have to think. We have to speak these things to existence because they will come to pass. It's just a matter of us following the process, trusting the process, and taking that one step at a time. So now that we had that all that money in our bank account, we have to go back to work our way backwards. What's going to be that next step to get you to that $1 billion or to that $1 trillion? So you're going to have to study 30 to 45 minutes a day, um, or possibly more. Depending on your goal, you're going to have to study more. Like if a person trying to lose 35 pounds, they're not going to be able to just walk the treadmill for 30 minutes a day and go home and not do nothing else. You're gonna have to elevate your actions. So same way with this trader. If you wanna be able to make millions of dollars or $100,000 a month or $100,000 a year, you're gonna have to elevate your study. You're gonna have to elevate your participation. So I can go more and more into this, but overall, I think we just maybe need to keep our minds focused on the bigger picture, keep our visions in front of us, keep them written down so we can use that as motivation and stay consistent. So with that being said, I think that's all I have to say. It was kind of random, but hopefully all our new members, I welcome you all to our family. Um, and just enjoy the process. It's gonna be a great process, and I look forward to seeing everybody traveling soon with us. So everybody, otherwise, go be true, go be great.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Joe. I really like when you do this exercise right here, okay? Because some people at first, you start putting your actual vehicle, your actual personal account information. But really, the idea about this thing is, to think big, to think outside the box. All right. So we always say that, a thought is just a wish until you write it down. All right. Once you write it down on paper or once you put it in your notes, now it becomes real. Now, once you put it down on paper, you put it in your notes or your vision board. Now you plan around that thought that became real. You plan around it now on how to achieve it. What do you need to do to achieve that thought, right? And then after you plan around that thought, you give yourself a time frame and a goal to achieve that thought. Then after you do that, then you find that emotional attachment to that thought that you put down on paper, okay, which is your why. And then you go to the process of what they call manifesting, okay? Manifesting is work. You cannot escape the work part, and that part is to you. You work your butt off and you go into that 10,000 hour mode, okay? And you repeat that process until you manifest that thought. But guess what? If you would have just thought it in your mind and you never put it down on paper, you guys never would have put that car that you really want. Okay, I saw the cars in the chat, some really nice cars, Lambos and all that other good stuff. If you never would have put that down on paper, you never would have been able to plan around it because it's just in your head. Okay, and there's too much going in your head to have all that going on. That's why it's important you have to write it down. The mind works in images. Okay, it works in visuals, and that's how you're going to be able to bring these things to pass and bring it to reality. Okay, so it's almost like programming your subconscious mind. Guys, anybody who's seen the Secret or ever heard of Bob Proctor? He's somebody I really pay attention to. I would suggest that you definitely want to look him up online on YouTube. He talks a lot about reprogramming the subconscious mind, okay, and how you could use it to your advantage. And he's just going over the same thing that Joe spoke about. So Joe, I appreciate that. Really good information.
No problem. And one more thing, and you might notice I wear a black shirt like almost pretty much every car, and I got that from Steve Jobs. Basically, he wore the same blue jeans and the same black shirt for like I don't know, for a couple of years. I don't know exactly how long he was doing it for, but that was just one less thing he had to think about in his day. So he probably had several black shirts and several pairs of blue jeans. But the fact is that's one I don't care about fashion to where I have to have the design and all that kind of stuff. So just having I ain't saying everybody wear one pair of clothing or nothing like that either, but that's kind of how my focus has been. It's just the focus not on clothes or anything. That's just one less thing I have to think about. So now my goal only focus is, you know, what I'm gonna do to get better, what I'm gonna do to get these 10 to 15 pips per trade, things like that. Just one less thing off my plate that I have to worry about. So yeah, so same black shirt for me, you'll probably see that a lot. Something
That's
else.
good. I never actually knew that, but that's really interesting though. It's emptying up new real estate in your head, right? So it's stuff you don't really have to think about, okay, that may actually be taking up some time that you could put that time towards something else, right? That's what that is pretty cool. I have to look more into that, right? Other than that, we're gonna have some positive words from our brother Jordan. We're gonna close out here with some closing words. So Jordan, how you feeling this morning?
Oh, I'm doing well, Kenny. Doing well, everybody. How is everyone doing on this wonderful Woman of Wealth Wednesday morning? And before I speak on my nuggets, I first want to just say, Cletus, I thank you for your words this morning. You know, you talked about, you know, living before dying. And I will say this, before I joined G.O.B.E, when I was going through the motions in my first 25 years of life, you know, I was going through the motions. I wouldn't necessarily say I was living, nor would I would say I was dying, but I was kind of in between. Now, what I mean by that was going through the motions of life. Now, that's not to say I'm not appreciative of my life right now, because I've got a great family system, I've got great friends, and I've got, you know, people who support and encourage me. Thank you, Markel. Existing. You know, I was just existing in life. Now, there wasn't, because when I was going through life, you know, I didn't have, you know, the best kind of job out there. You know, I was working in the financial industry, mind you. I was working for TCF Bank for a little bit. I was working through Charles Schwab for a little bit. But in terms of what I was getting paid to do, right? In terms of what I felt I was worth, I never really thought that, you know, my time that I put in was worth, you know, the money I was getting was not worth the time I was putting in each of these jobs. So I wanted to find something a little bit different for myself. I wanted to do some soul searching, do some exploring. Now, how that first started out was my podcast. And then from my podcast, I got into a network called X Squad Radio, where I found my mentor and the person that brought me into G.O.B.E Trade House, Chica Simone. And as the old story goes, November 1st, I joined G.O.B.E Trade House, and look at the community that we have right now. You know, I have friends and family, but mostly I just talk to who I initially considered strangers. Now I consider you part of my family, part of my brotherhood, you know, my brothers, my sisters. I mean, Kenny, Joe, Chica, Cletus, Dave. You know, there's just so many people on this chat right now. Amber, Carol, Christine, Damon, D, Edward, Eugene, Fred, the list I could literally say all of y'all's names in the chat right now, but I promise I don't want to make my part more than an hour for everybody. But I will say I've met a lot of great people in this community, and we're going to continue to keep growing. Now, in part of what I wanted to say with everybody is, and Kenny's right, your network is your net worth. I will tell you this, throughout my journey, you know, when I first joined G.O.B.E, I only had Chica Simone that I knew. And then I decided to branch out, and, you know, I was able to speak with Mike Taylor. And then when he and I I would say I spoke with Kenny first, who then introduced me to Mike Taylor, and where I was able to communicate and produce and help run the new member orientation. And then from there, I just went through about the business of learning how to Forex trade. And then I was, you know, humbled and appreciative of the opportunity to become a sniper analyst and allowing myself to network even further with Kenny, Joe, Andre, who's not on this call right now, the Crypto King Alfonso, Vincent, you know, giving myself the opportunity to be out there and, you know, giving myself that opportunity to help lead and teach every one of y'all to become a better master trader. And I've been very grateful and been very appreciative of my opportunities. Now, I still have a lot to go in my journey right here, because my plan, my vision is to be that 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I can count all the way up to 15, 16, 17 if I wanted to, figure earner. That is still the course for me. And that's the thing about vision. You know, you want to make sure that your vision is consistent. It can't change because you had a bad trading day. It can't change because you had a bad trading week. It can't change because you had a bad trading month, because Lord knows I've had to take my lessons, you know, and some pretty decent lessons at that. But the thing about lessons is I'm constantly learning, okay, I can't do that thing again. Otherwise, that's going to happen again. So even though I'm taking all these lessons, I'm becoming better, and I'm starting to really visualize what I need to do in order to be successful. I understand what I need to do in order to call out better trades for everybody. And it's still a very continuous learning process. I am not perfect. I do not claim to be perfect. I do not claim to be a hotshot. I'm just a guy learning out how to change not only my life, but my family's life, my friends' lives. I'm looking to change y'all's lives right now. So if you feel the same exact way, know this: your mindset. If your mindset was, you know, to come into, and this is for the new callers, if your mindset was, I'm going to get rich quick, stop that thinking right now. This is not a get rich quick scheme. You are going to get wealthier than most opportunities that are out there, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's not even going to happen in a week. It's not even going to happen in a month. It's going to take time. It is going to take consistency. It's going to take hustle. It is going to take effort by practicing on these charts. You know, we talk about 10,000 hours a day, and I firmly believe that I'm going to need that plus a lot more if I'm going to continue to build my dream. And I'm sure everyone has a dream outside of Forex, and I'm sure everyone has passions outside of Forex. You know, I don't blame you. But right now, your primary focus, if you want to fuel all those other passions, is the Forex will be your main source of funds. It is so much easier, so much simpler, and so much more stress-free than going out to some of these banks and taking out a loan and having to pay interest. Because listen, let me tell you, I had Sally Mae for a little bit. I see you, Kenny, with Sally Mae. I didn't play around with that no more. Thankfully, I got my loan transferred somewhere else. But you know, with all that being said, it is so much easier to finance all these dreams. You know, being able to learn, okay, how do I master Forex? How do I get all these trades? And I'm going through that process continuously, as all the sniper analysts do, and with the promise and the mindset that we are eventually going to crack this code, and that once we crack this code, it will make that journey worth it. So know this: you are starting your own journey. You do not have to compare yourselves to others. You know, I'm not comparing myself to Alfonso right now, and I'm very proud of the trading success that he has right now, but I know I am not Alfonso. I know that I am Jordan, and Jordan is going to find his own way to crack this code, and Jordan will get to the mountaintop. And so Joe is thinking the same thing. Joe is going to find his own way to crack his code. Kenny's going to find his own way to crack this code. Chica's going to find his own way to crack this code. Cletus is going to find her own way to crack this code. So just know you are on your own path. This is not a marathon. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. Keep at it, and you're going to get there. Go be great, and go be blessed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jordan. Very inspirational words this morning from you, brother. Jordan, everybody, is a great example to follow when it comes to, when I say success leaves clues. You know, his level of participation is high. For him to say he started on November 1st, right? So that has not really even been that long and he's already marking up the charts, right? Already networking, building his online business. And you could see why he's having the success he's having, because the work ethic's there. Okay, the work ethic's there and his participation level is high. So those who want to have an expedited process to marking up these charts and getting that information inside of you, increase your level of participation. You know, I can't find a call where Jordan's not on it. He's on every single call. Okay, he's on there, he's participating, and you can imagine all that wealth of knowledge and information. You end up cracking that code a little sooner by default because your level of participation is high. Alfonso, He told you how much he put into those charts. He would spend all day in the charts on every single call, and then boom, that moment happens. Okay, but you don't give yourself a chance for that moment to happen if you're not participating. Okay, we always try to boil down this whole thing to is you don't have to be perfect. You just have to participate, guys. Okay, and if you want to expedite your process to success, increase your level of participation. That's all it is. It's all science. All right. Other than that, guys, this has been another powerful call this morning. I want to thank you all, the women of G.O.B.E. All right, and Chica and Cletus. All right, did an amazing job this morning. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Jordan. I hope you guys got some value out of this call. Joe, did we have a lunch and learn after this?
Yes, sir. We'll take a 9-minute intermission, and then we'll get back started at what, not 9:20, but what, 11:20? Yeah, 11:20.
Right, around 11:20. It's about 8 minutes, around 8 minutes from now. So what we'll do, guys, everybody, if you just want to stay on, okay, Joe is going to go over some information that could help you in your game to sharpen your tools in order to be a successful trader right after this call right now. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and stop the recording, and we'll see you all tonight on the Asian session, the London session. All right, and I believe there is a team building meeting today with Mike Taylor for those who are wanting to participate in the marketing side of the business and build your residual income, okay, by referring new customers to G.O.B.E Trade House. Mike Taylor is our top earner in the marketing side of the business. So you definitely want to get some knowledge information from him. He has a wealth of information, 5:30 today. All right. Peace, everybody. Go be great. All right. And go be a beast. And we'll see you guys on all the events today and inside the trade community. Have a great day.